Let's talk about a possible scenario. Your computer could be accessed by anyone who is physically in the same room as your computer. If you're in a room, no issues. You can monitor what happens to your computer. But what happens when you leave the room? Do you have anything you want to protect in your computer, whether it be photos, data, maybe videos? Maybe you don't want people to see these files. Maybe this is your laptop, maybe this is your tower. Maybe you don't want your wife or husband, kids, parents, or anybody else to touch your machine. What do you do? This is TQA Weekly. I am your host, Steve Smith, aka Z Access, and yes, me call me that. And the answer to the question I asked before was Bluetooth proximity detection. You can use detection of your Bluetooth device as a way of locking your computer, provided you have a Bluetooth receiver, which if you have a laptop, normally it has one, but if you have a tower and it doesn't have one, you can go and buy one from your closest computer store. I personally use an IO Gear Bluetooth 2.1 plus EDR, which costs about $10 to $15. So that gives you an average price range that you should be expecting. Once all the drivers are installed, and you can refer to last week's episode for that if you don't know how to get the drivers inside or something weird happens to Windows, you need to be running Windows, Vista, or 7. Yes, I know I just said a dirty word. But it runs on these two pieces of software very easily. Once the Bluetooth receiver works, you click on the Bluetooth icon, you click Add Device, and you pair your devices, your computer or laptop, to the device you choose. The device you choose should be something you will always carry on you, that you will semi-use at work. So I'm talking about cell phones, Bluetooth earpieces, MP3 players, maybe your tablet. So things like that that you always have on you that you don't necessarily use for other things at the same time, because Bluetooth devices can only be synced to one master device at a time. So just keep that in mind. If you're using your cell phone and you don't use a Bluetooth receiver, this won't change anything for you. Just remember that it has to be with you at all times in order for this to work. Then you're going to need the Bluetooth proximity software. If we are on YouTube watching this show, the link is down below. If we are not, tqaweekly.com/SE3EP16, and it's in the sources. It's the only link there. Once you get to that page, you'll have BTProximity Click Once Installer. You install it in Vista or 7 and it will launch, and you will have things such as select device address, secure, which you're going to have to uncheck, click select your device that has been paired, and then click again the secure to re-enable it so that only your device can lock this computer or unlock it if you so desire. You have to adjust the ping rate, which is set to 90 seconds, which is a little long considering the default is 3 attempts to locate the drive, which puts it at quite a while. So I suggest you change these settings. But the faster it pings, the less the battery life is going to be of your Bluetooth device. So just keep that in mind. The more often it attempts to locate the device before it locks, the more likely the computer can be compromised. So you may want to put this number down to about 1, maybe 2. And of course, you do now have the choice of either logging out, putting it to sleep, or hibernating the computer. You also have unlocking, so the unlocker, which allows you to come and have the computer unlock once it comes back into range, and fast unlock, which after one detection will unlock the screen. But if you're really serious about protecting your computer, don't use those. Of course, they do not work if the computer's in sleep or in hibernation. And of course, unless you have to buy a receiver, all of this is free. It's all stuff you already have, unless you didn't already have a Bluetooth receiver, which may happen. So if you didn't have a Bluetooth receiver, it's a $10 to $15 project. If you did because you had a laptop and you already had this cell phone and the software costs nothing, it doesn't cost anything at all. And best of all, your documents are safer, your photos are safer, everything is safer, and at the very worst, you always feel like a superhero or a secret agent. Next week, of course, I'm going to be talking about SSD drives. So I run a Vertex 3 from OCZ, but there is a certain amount of etiquette you need to do to, understand and respect your SSD drive. So I'm going to be talking about SSD and virtual memory and everything you need to know about why you don't want it on your SSD drive. Remember to like this episode if you're interested in today's topic, share if you think someone else could benefit from this topic, and subscribe if you wish to learn more. For the show notes of this episode and others, for more information or other ways to subscribe to the show and or the weekly newspaper, or how to participate by submitting your questions, comments, suggestions, and or horror stories, head over to tqaweekly.com. Stay safe and online, and have a great day.